Welcome to the Make More Money as a Dietitian podcast, where we talk about all things money, mindset, and marketing so your nutrition business can thrive and you can make a bigger impact in the marketplace. I am your host, Christine Diane, registered dietitian and money mindset expert. Let's get started with today's episode. Hey there, my friends. Welcome back to another episode of Make More Money as a Dietitian. I'm your host, Christine Diane Thompson. And as usual, I am super excited to be here with you. My goodness, isn't life grand? I tell you, we are moseying along in this year of 2020, and whether it has been a really challenging year for you or not, we're all still here. Isn't that just such a blessing? It is just something that we truly do need to acknowledge. As I know how easy it is to acknowledge when all of the crap hits the fan, when you're just like, oh my God, one more thing. Are you serious? But let us take a moment to acknowledge that we're all still here. Hey, if you're listening to this, that means you're still here. So that is definitely something to be grateful for. And it's really something to think about, because I believe the fact that we're all still here means that we still have work to do. We still have things that are important enough to contribute to this world. And that's what, in my opinion, life is all about. I believe life is about the contributions that we can make to everyone that we encounter. And as dietitians, we have the ability to make huge contributions into people's lives, into communities as a whole. And that's why my mission is so important to me, because by me working diligently to help change the industry income standard for registered dietitians across the globe, that means the ripple effect of that mission helps you to do even greater work. It helps you to reach more people, to change more lives, to change more communities, and to become the leaders that I believe wholeheartedly you all are. I believe that we are all leaders in our own right. And when we have the support that we need in order to really stand strong in that leadership, it makes a huge difference. So just know that I am here for you. I am here for you through this podcast. I am here for you through my programs. I am here for you in our community on Facebook. I often am teaching in that Facebook group. We've just recently started monthly master classes on a variety of different topics. So I really encourage you, if you're not there already, to get yourself in there. And Facebook may not be your thing, but if learning how to increase your income as a dietitian, to learn how to charge what your services are worth, if that is something of value to you, then I highly recommend you consider joining us in that Facebook group. We're moving and shaking. We are moving and shaking and doing things differently than all of the rest. So welcome. And I'm giving you a warm welcome in advance. I would love to see you in the group. All right. So guess what we're talking about today, you guys? We are talking about one of the things, aside from the question, what should I charge for blankety blank? That's the top question. That is like ultimate number one. But close runner up is, When should I leave my day job? Dun, 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 dun. That is the big question, you guys. And I have a very unique perspective on that. I think that's one of the gifts that I have innately, is to be able to come and lend a different perspective on a very common question or topic or circumstance. I always have a different perspective. So I want to share my perspective with you today. And it's something that I shared with a client of mine who asked that question. And I think it's a common question because those of us who are wanting to build a private practice are usually very eager to get out of the job for one reason or another. And so when my client asked this question, this is what I told her. I said, the best time to leave your job is when you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you're not going to have mind drama that's going to hold you back from moving forward. That was my answer. When you know that you can get out there and make moves towards building a practice and you're not going to let mindset drama hold you back, that's when you leave your job. Now, most people, most coaches, most mentors will tell you the practical things, and these practical things are still important. So the practical things could sound like, well, don't leave your job until you have 6 months of financial reserved and income saved up in your bank account, or maybe you shouldn't leave your job until you know you can get a good affordable health insurance to keep you going, or whatever, right? Things like that, definitely consider. However, I think those considerations are unique to you based on your unique family situation, your lifestyle, and other factors, right? So you have to figure that out for yourself as far as like maybe what is that 6 months worth of income? You got to do your numbers, you got to calculate, you got to know. And, the whole health insurance thing, do you have a spouse that is already working a job that can float you on the health insurance, or will you need to go out there and explore different options for insurance? And, those things you have to do your diligent research on and do the work as far as calculating the amount of money you'll need to put away and all of that. However, this mindset stuff, y'all, let me tell you something. None of us, including myself, none of us can escape mind drama, okay? No one. If you have a brain, which I know you do, you're going to have mind drama. You're going to have things that are going to trip you up. You're going to have things that are going to stall you. However, if you know ahead of time that this is going to happen, because it is, I'm telling you it is, okay? So you do know this. You also have to be willing to do the work, to seek counsel, mentorship, support, so that mind drama does not stall your progress, okay? This is what I highly, highly recommend. Do not leave your job without having some sort of support to back you up. Now, that doesn't mean you have to go out there and hire the best coach and spend all this money off the bat. But maybe, just maybe, you might need a colleague as a biz buddy, like an accountability buddy in the beginning. That's always helpful. You need to be connected with like-minded people You need to be connected with people who may be a step or two ahead of you, who have already gone before you and achieved what you're working towards. You need to be connected. If you're not connected and you're just out there standing alone, trying to figure it out all by yourself, even with the money in the bank, even with the insurance benefits on lock, you're going to freak out. Okay. And you may just want to quit. You may just want to say, oh my God, this is too hard. I don't know what's going to happen from one day to the next. I'm not signing up any clients. I'm not getting any referrals from doctors. Or how do I even do that? How do I reach out to the doctors? How do I make sure that I follow up? What should I say in these follow-ups? I mean, hello. Lots of things to learn, like I mentioned on last week's episode. So when all of these new things are coming at you to learn and you're trying to figure out, okay, what goes first, what goes second, what should I do next? Oh my goodness, I don't know. What kind of offerings should I create? Should I take insurance? When you have all these things coming at you at once, you're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to feel overwhelmed and you're going to want to quit. You're going to want to quit. You're going to be like, I can't believe this. Like, I could just as easily get up every morning and go to work, clock in, do what I'm told to do, and come home. But all of this other stuff, holy mackerel, it's a lot. So if you don't have something in place, if you don't plan ahead of time for when you leave, what kind of support, what kind of accountability you're going to have as you're building, if you don't have that in place, I can almost guarantee you that if you try to go solo, you're going to want to quit. I always tell people, look, entrepreneurship is not for everyone. It really is not. And it is, I should say the grass is not always greener on the other side, right? There are challenges with it. You're going to have challenges with, going from being an employee where your day is scheduled out for you to being a solopreneur, as they say, and trying to figure out how to manage your time. Like, you're going to have all this time. You're not going to really know what to do with it. You're going to be responsible for your time. You're also going to be responsible for your money. You're going to be responsible for that income coming in. And so the time and the money balance in the beginning is probably going to be the biggest challenge of them all. So if you don't have someone that you're connected with that can lend some support, can lend some accountability, can lend even some resources to help you getting started, then you're going to be challenged. No matter how much financial reserve you have in the bank, no matter how much you've really pre-prepared yourself in the planning stages of exiting your job, no matter how much you've planned ahead financially and all of those things, you're still going to have mind stuff. You're still going to have that learning curve. And none of us should have to go through this part of it alone. I will tell you, there were several times actually in the past where I just really, really could not stand being an employee for different reasons, right? I think most of us who truly have the entrepreneurial spirit, we know what those reasons are. They are very common. And so there were times when I was just like, I can't take it anymore. I want to pull my hair out. There was no amount of money that anyone could pay me to make me stay, because it was just, for me, the worst. I just could not do it. And so there were several times where I kind of jumped ship and didn't plan ahead. I didn't plan ahead for finances. I didn't plan ahead for anything. And I would say maybe 2 out of 3 of those times I had to go back and get a job because I wasn't prepared. My mindset wasn't prepared, and my money part wasn't prepared either. But I will say, like, there was one time when I left and I hit a good momentum And the difference was that I had a significant amount of money in the bank, and I actually had some support. And that's what I could see. I could see the difference between the two. Now, I can remember years ago when they used to tell us, like, jump and the net will appear. And I would never advise anyone to do that. Now, there are unique unicorns out there who have done this for themselves. I believe when we are put in dire situations, like we've all heard these stories where people were placed in dire situations and circumstances in their lives where they had no other choice but to make it work. Like they literally, it was a sink or swim kind of situation. And I believe when you're in that kind of situation, then the mindset is different. But when you jump ship and you in the back of your mind know that if it doesn't work out, like you could go get a job, you know what I'm saying? Like when you have that in the back of your mind lingering, then it's easy to give up and say, you know what, I'm just going to go back and get a job. This is ridiculous. I can't do this. So we don't want you to be in a dire situation, of course, but we always want you to plan ahead for things. So my suggestion is always going to be make sure that you plan ahead for your brain to freak out. You plan ahead. What are you going to do to give yourself support so that you can keep on keeping on when the going gets rough and tough? Okay, because like I said, the going will get rough and tough. Do not allow someone else's, and we do this, right? So don't allow someone else's middle, right, to glorify your beginning. If I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but you know what I mean? A lot of times we'll see someone who is killing it and think that, you know, we come out of the gate and we're supposed to kill it too. But in fact, they've been working on this killing it moment for about 5-10 years, right? So you don't want to be that person. Okay. Don't be jaded. Like I said last week, you definitely need to understand that it's a process. So my friend, my advice to you, if you're still working a job, stay in that job until you know that you have planned ahead for both the practical parts and the mindset part, okay? Which means the practical is, you know, if you want to have a little reserve financially to kind of have a little cushion of security, yes, you can do that. If you want to have an accountability partner ahead of time and not feel like you're just bootstrapping it all by yourself out there in the desert, then yes, you should absolutely do that. When you have both of those married together, you're going to win. All right. All right. So that is my suggestion to you on when you should leave your day job. And let me tell you, if you don't want to leave your day job and you just want to have a side practice, you can certainly do that too. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. All right, my friend, have a great rest of the day and a fabulous weekend. And I'll see you on the next episode of Make More Money as a Dietitian. Hey, if you want to learn more about how you can make more money as a dietitian, I want to invite you to check out my program, Charge What You're Worth. Now, to learn more about this program and how it can help you to become a top earner as a dietitian in business, just head on over to moneymindsetdietitian.com/work with me. Again, that's moneymindsetdietitian.com/work with me, where you can learn more about the Charge What You're Worth program and how it can help you.